Hello, welcome to Wikifiends. I'm your host, Joe.
I'm David.
And we are the Wikifiends. We're back from a little break. I had a cold for 2 weeks, and I'm just getting over it. But we're going to jump right in with some classic Wikifiends. Just me and Dave.
Just pulling shit out.
Yeah. No themes this week. So the first article I have is Fearsome Critters. Fearsome Critters. In early lumberjack folklore, fearsome critters were mythical beasts that were said to inhabit the frontier wilderness of North America. Fearsome creatures were an integral part of oral tradition in North American lumber camps during the turn of the 20th century, principally as a means to pass time or as a jest for hazing newcomers. In a typical fearsome critter gag, a person would casually remark about a strange noise or sight they encountered in the wild. Subsequently, another accomplice would join in. Meanwhile, an eavesdropper would begin to investigate. As Henry H. Tyrone recorded in his book, Fearsome Critters, Sam would lead with a colorful bit of description, and Walter would follow suit with an arresting spot of personal experience, every detail being set forth with the utmost solemnity and with exactly the correct degree of emphasis. At the end, so deftly had the cards been played that the listener was completely convinced of the animal's existence. This method of presentation is widely used. For the best results, two narrators who can keep the ball in the air are necessary, and perhaps an occasional general question is tossed to someone in the audience, such inquiries being invariably accorded a grave, corroborative nod. Lumberjacks who frequently traveled between camps would stop to swap stories, eventually disseminating these myths across the continent. Many fearsome creatures were simply the products of pure exaggeration, while a number, however, were used either seriously or jokingly as explanations for unexplained phenomenon. For example, the hide-behind served to account for loggers who failed to return to camp, while the tree squeak offered justification for strange noises heard in the woods. A handful mirrored descriptions of actual animals. The mangrove kill-a-fish, which takes up shelter in decaying branches after leaving the water, exhibits similarities to the upland trout, a mythical fish purported to nest in trees. In addition, the story of the fililoo, about a mythical crane that flies upside down, may have been inspired by observations of the wood stork, a bird that has been witnessed briefly flying in this manner. In particular instances, more elaborate ruses were created using taxidermy or trick photography. Now, under attributes, the character of the fearsome critters themselves was usually more comical than frightful. Often, the greater emphasis is placed on behavioral traits, with little or no detail mentioned on their appearance, as in the cases of the hide-behind, the tea-kettler, squiddigicum squee, and hangdown. Some, like flitterix or the goofus, appeared to be ordinary animals that just behaved out of the ordinary.
It sounds like an insult.
The goofus?
I saw a goofus out tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like 50s, 1940s type
this
insult.
Guy's a real goofus.
Yeah. Like, look at how this goofus is driving.
I was walking through the woods and this goofus jumped out and I shit my pants.
Well, that's more in line with the fearsome critter than just like a jerk.
Now go on. This is interesting. I just had to bring attention to that name, Goofus.
No, that's understandable. Now, the more physically emphasized and improbable creatures seem to be distinguished by how far the storyteller could push the boundaries of biomechanics. Both the Tripodero in Snalligaster demonstrate facets more in common with mechanical apparatuses than animals. And the Hoogag and Sidehill Gouger seem to be more a play on applied physics than fanciful inspiration. While much of the literature has been written on the subject echoes a naturalist perspective, commonly specifying a range of distribution, behavioral habitats, and physical appearance, it should be noted that as many of these myths were never widespread, it is common to find a lack of consensus on a specific fearsome critter, if not clear contradictions. To illustrate, the Wampus cat differs widely between Vance Randolph's We Always Lie to Strangers and Henry H. Tyron's Fearsome Critters, with Tyron describing a cat with pentagraphic forelimbs and Randolph portraying it as a supernatural aquatic panther.
Damn.
And now, I'm gonna give you a couple excerpts from a list of the critters.
Is this a list on Wikipedia? Is this like one of those?
Yeah, this is on the page.
It's on the page. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Agropelter, a beast which amuses itself by hurling twigs and tree branches at passers-by. Now, I think that name's kind of funny, Agropelter, because like
aggressive pelter.
Yeah, it's like he went aggro.
Well, it's fun. Yeah, it's so like just descriptive in a way, of an action, like no physical. It's just like yeah, like aggressively throwing.
All right, the next one, Axe Handle Hound, which was a long, thin-bodied dog with a head shaped like an axe head that reputedly subsisted on axe handles left unattended.
Sounds fucking scary.
Yeah, he would eat axe left, if you leave, it's like don't leave your axe there because the axe handle hound might eat it. Ball-tailed cat, a feline similar to a mountain lion, except with a long tail with a bulbous end used for striking its prey. A cactus cat, which is a feline of the American Southwest with hair like thorns that intoxicates itself by the consumption of cactus water. All right, they have the hide behind, a brute which would seize unwary lumberjacks and devour them, and it was said to be so swift that it could hide behind the nearest tree before a man turned around. Hodag, a favorite varmint of the Wisconsin swamps, affixed with horns and spikes complemented by a maniacal grin. It has the jackalope. At least a couple well-known ones. It has the jackalope, the Jersey Devil, and the skunk ape.
Okay, so the Jersey Devil's considered one of these. That's interesting.
I never thought it would have been. I thought that would be more of its own, like... I guess it makes sense, though. But
well, I mean, this is like a subsection of, what is it, like cryptozoids or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it's its own page, and it nowhere mentions it as being a crypto critter. I think it's all assumed that it's folk tales.
Yeah.
And none of them are really purported to really exist. With the exception, some people would believe that the Jersey Devil exists. Some people would believe the skunk ape exists. But
well, I mean, some of them are so obviously like the axe hound. Like, oh, he looks like an axe and he eats your axe.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I like that one.
And I'm actually pretty into this. Like, I'm gonna look into this. This is a good find. I like this. Yeah.
The axe handle hound has a picture of the axe handle hound. The article for it. So.
Does it have its own page?
They all the ones I just mentioned have their own page.
Oh, excellent! Oh, this is a nice one. Good hole.
Yeah, axe handle hound. It has a picture, which is a drawing of the. It looks like a cute, like a cute little Scottish terrier almost.
I don't know. This is right up my alley. Like, you know how much I love, like, you know what I mean, like monsteries and shit. Like, this is so interesting.
This one's pretty good. The Sidehill Gouger. A beast legged for hillsides, having legs on one side, taller than the other, thus always traveling in a circular path. So it's sort of like It's it's like a like a cat or dog, like a four-legged animal. So let's say the legs on the right side of its body, the front and hind leg, are longer than the legs on the left side of the body.
I see. So it's one of these physics things. It's just kind of like, yeah.
And the article for this one is pretty good. It has a thing where it can walk perfectly along a hill because the short leg is higher up, the long leg is further down.
It's interesting.
But it can only walk in one direction. And if you sort of get it off its path, it will sort of chase itself in a circle because it can't walk any other way. It can only walk in that circular path. It can only walk in one direction.
That's really weird. I wonder if it's like from goats or something, or like it's like they saw an animal like that. It's fascinating, like because it's not like the hiding. What was the other one? He said the thing that like kills you and hides behind shit, like
the hide behind.
Like this one seems it's just this weird observational thing.
This is interesting. When a clockwise gouger meets a counterclockwise gouger, they have to fight to the death since they can only go in one direction.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
You remember like that stupid book like Flatland? It's this weird kind of.
It's not really like Flatland.
No, I'm saying it's like this weird like.
Well, the physics thing is sort of like.
But it's like you're making this weird world building. Like it's not like these things don't necessarily all jump out and kill you. It's just that they have these odd characteristics that are like very striking. It's interesting.
Right. Well, I'll continue with some of them. The Splinter Cat, a legendary cat in the Pacific Northwest that uses his incredible speed and stiff forehead to smash into large trees, knocking the branches off and withering the trunks. A tea kettler, a small vermin, which makes a noise like the sound of a tea kettle, and the Wampus Cat, a large phantom cat. And then it has the fur-bearing trout under fish, which is a trout which grows a thick coat of fur for warmth in the cold climate. And then it has several serpent critters. The bull snake, a yellow snake with black spots that snorts when angered. The coach whip snake, a black snake that wraps around its prey and whips it with its tail. A hoop snake, a snake which bites its tail to enable it to roll like a wheel. A joint snake, a snake that can reassemble itself after being cut to pieces or break apart when hit with something. And a spreading adder, a snake that flattens out when scared and has an incurable bite.
Oof.
Yeah.
I like that one that it whips you.
the coach whip snake?
Yeah, it's just like comical. Like,
the hoop snake's pretty fun. It can roll like a wheel.
Fascinating. Do you have any birds? Are there avians?
No, they don't have any listed. But maybe if you become a lumberjack, you can invent a bird one.
I was just thinking. I was trying to think up of ones like now because it's not just scary stuff. It's interesting. Like
the red-crowned whipbeak. It's a bird with a red crown that whips you with its beak.
Yeah. The crowned crow. He acts like he's somebody important when he shows up.
Well, that sounds like any crow.
Yeah. I was trying to think like the wardrobe mouse. It's a mouse that's in apartment buildings that eats food from your fridge and sleeps in your sock drawer. Like the toilet bugs They're bugs that wait until you take a poop and they jump on your ass.
I think some bugs do that.
See, this is how you come up with it. It's like you come up with shit to fuck with people. Like,
It'd be like if you were talking with Alec and then I overheard and you're like, what? Toilet bugs?
Or it's like, oh, I've heard of those. One just jumped on my ass.
Yeah.
That's very good. It seems like I like this. Like, I love this kind of stuff. Like, it just reminds me of stories you hear, like that older kids will tell little kids to screw with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember there's this story my dad used to tell me that there was an ice cream place that had really nice ice cream. Like you could get like a cone from it. And my dad's older brother told him, "Oh, you know why it tastes so good? It's because the guy who makes it, he's always smoking a pipe, and he gets his fucking pipe drool all over the ice cream, and that's why it tastes so good." You know?
It's pretty good.
It is like, yeah, it's just like, oh god. Yeah.
It's just like shit about like boots that will eat your toes and like.
Oh my god, dude, this is like a whole. Oh my god, I love it, love it.
Maybe you should try to make a game out of this.
No, like some games have stuff like this, and I love like rings of levitation, like necklaces of strangulation. Like,
well, it sounds like a good grist for a card thing where it like generates what the thing is. I would love. Yeah, I would love even a computer game or like a program that like generated, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you go and you see a wolf running in circles, you know, or some shit, you know. It's so interesting. I love shit like this. I love it too when it's not just pure violence or scariness. It's just they're bizarrely flawed. Like, I love that thing about how it's shorter on one leg than the other, and then if it sees the other one, they have to fight to the death. Like, this, like, cultural fucking aspect to it. It's so good. Oh. Yeah. Well, you could imagine, like, why haven't I seen one? And you're like, well, they're very rare. When one comes in contact with another, they have to fight.
You're not a lumberjack. You're a city slicker. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I want to do this for, like, city stuff. Like, I want to tell people back in Indiana, like, you haven't heard of
you haven't heard of Pizza Rat?
Yeah, that's just thinking like it's a rat that sleeps. You think it's a pizza slice, but it's actually a rat. Like,
yeah, well, Pizza Rat was a real thing. That was that rat that was carrying the pizza.
Yeah, that was like a meme. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, like.
But if it wasn't, if it was pre-internet, you could be like, yeah, rats carry pizza around in New York.
No, or like, there's. A lot of you guys back home may not know about this, but in New York, there's dollar snakes. You think it's a dollar bill on the ground, but then it's a snake, and its bite is fatal.
It's a dollar roach.
Yeah. Cigarette roach, right?
Ugh.
Yeah, that would freak you out.
Sometimes I have seen like a stepped on like cigar end. And it looks like one of those big giant New York roaches.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Those are gross.
I can't tell you how many times I'll be walking down the street and it's late at night, and I'll see a napkin blow by, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but sometimes when the lighting's right, you know what I mean, or you're in the right kind of mood, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. New York is gross.
Yeah. I mean, well, there is actually shit to worry about. So
yeah.
A funny thing is, I don't see as many rats as I used to. At least in my neighborhood or whatever. Like, it's
that's good.
I used to see them all the time. I think they do a lot of this poisoning now. They'll have these nights where they'll tell everyone to go inside, and you'll hear these trucks going around spraying stuff. It's kind of fucking weird.
They should just let me come in with a 22 and pop the rats.
I don't think varmint hunting is zoned. Queens is zoned for varmint.
They should let me do it.
It's funny, like, yeah.
Come in with some rat shot.
I do wish that, like, I was listening to some shit the other day. I was like, listening to like Howard Stern or something, and they were talking about this guy's dad, Richard's dad, wanted to shoot the squirrels in Central Park, and like that would be so funny to like Central Park has all these guys in overalls, like, oh damn, get them! I would love that.
All right, well, what's your article?
It sounds like we kind of had a similar thing. Something about like this season. I got like all this folklore stuff too, actually.
Okay.
And this article is called Osculum Infame. The Osculum Infame is the name of a supposed witch's ritual greeting upon meeting with the devil. The name means the shameful kiss, or the kiss of shame, since it involved kissing the devil's anus, his other mouth. According to folklore, it was this kiss that allowed the devil to seduce women. There's a good etching of it from Francesco Maria Gazzo's Compendium Maleficarum from 1608. It's a nice old woodcut of witches kissing the devil's ass. All right, so the kiss of shame. During the years of the witch hunts, many believed that witches worshipped the devil and paid homage by kissing his posterior. The Osculum Infame is mentioned in nearly every single recorded account of a witch's sabbat and in confessions, most of which were extracted under torture. It was called the kiss of shame because it was generally regarded as an act of degradation. According to the allegations, witches would give the kiss of shame at the beginning of the sabbat, after the devil would read the names of his followers. So that's kind of like roll call. James, okay, kiss my ass. They would approach him by crawling or walking backwards, turn, bow, and kiss his posterior. It was believed this kiss was required for a new witch to be initiated, and the kiss was followed by feasting. Sometimes it was said witches kissed not only by the devil's fundament, but lower ranking demons as well. Generally considered to be an act of homage or respect, the North Berwick witch trials of Scotland in the 16th century held that the kiss was an act of penitence issued from the devil. Reported in the news from Scotland declaring the damnable life of Dr. Finian, and seeing they tarried over long, he at their coming enjoined them to all a penance, which that they should kiss his buttocks, in a sign of duty to him, which being put over the pulpit bare, every one did as he had enjoined them. Belief held that the devil demanded the kiss of shame in forms other than humans, including rams, black cats, and toads. Eroes Hercretum, a medieval tract, claims that the Cathars took their name from the term cat, whose posterior that they kiss, in whose form Satan appears to them. So that's a little dig at the Cathars there. It's kind of interesting. They call themselves that because they kiss cat ass.
I like earlier where I don't want to interrupt, but the use of the term fundament for butt. That was really good.
It's funny the spelling of buttocks in this old thing. Like, is it
BOTTO? How's it spelled?
It's spelled normally like butt.
Okay.
OCKES, buttocks. It's kind of funny.
It's like old timey buttock.
Yeah. It's a funny. Like, I don't think of that as being an old word. It's like such a Beavis and Butthead word.
It's pretty old timey. It's more old timey than just butt. I would imagine for, a butt.
They should kiss his buttocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of a funny, old, fuck around thing. It's like, oh yeah, they go out there and they kiss his butt. What?
Well, it's the opposite of kissing a mouth.
His other mouth.
Yeah. Which would be a normal thing.
I mean, it's funny that in the there's a pretty big difference between kissing a buttocks and kissing the devil's anus. That's really, I'd be a buttocks if I was in the club. I would kiss the buttocks. I wouldn't kiss the anus.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. Although people do that for sexual pleasure.
No, they said see also analingus.
Yeah.
Witch Hunt, and Holy Kiss.
What's Holy Kiss about? That sounds like it could be good. Is that just like a kiss from a priest or something?
The kiss of peace is an ancient traditional Christian greeting, called also the brother kiss, holy kiss, or sister kiss among women. Some congregations do not perform intergender holy kissing. So it's kind of like that is, it's like, you know, when like Italian guys kiss each other or something, you know, it's kind of some old shit like that. It's like a cultural thing.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's fine. A lot better than kissing a butthole for the devil.
Kiss of shame. It's funny that they feasted after. Can I brush my teeth?
Ugh.
Well, that's cool. I do like the thing about the detail that they do roll call.
That's a pretty good article.
Yeah.
Next one I have is the McGlashan coin shooting pistol. The McGlashan coin shooting pistol was first introduced in 1945 by the McGlashan Air Machine Gun Company of Los Angeles, California. McGlashan was better known as the maker of the McGlashan Air Machine Gun used by the military for training the Army Air Corps and U.S. Navy personnel during World War II. And that was essentially just like a BB gun used for training, a BB machine gun used for training. But the McGlashan coin shooting pistol fired American 5-cent pieces, nickels, and was designed for the carnival trade and amusement parks. They were sold in sets of 4 with chains and eye bolts to attach to stall counters. When first introduced, the operator was expected to set up prizes on boards and stands. Contestants were expected to knock the prize off to wins. Tarpaulins behind the prizes would catch the booth operator's earnings. So they'd set up a board, they'd put prizes on the board, and they'd put a tarp behind it. And then the player would take his own nickels, put them in the gun, and then the gun was like spring loaded, and it would shoot out the nickels. So if you knocked off a prize, you would win the prize. If you missed, the game operator would just collect the nickel. He would just collect the nickels at the end of, whatever time period. And
it was specifically made for this game.
This was the whole game. It was specifically made for amusement parks. And it says, in 1946, McGlashan was offering targets that were more difficult and had to have 5 aces on the target board knocked down to win. Aces were able to be remotely reset by the operator. Pistols were not marked McGlashan. Marking on the left side were made in the USA, and right side had patent pending. McGlashan designed the guns to look and feel like FN model 1903 semi-automatic pistol. A large coil spring shoots the coin, while a second smaller spring located in the breech gives the impression of recoil from an automatic slide. So that's kind of cool.
It's like a simulationist aspect to it. That's interesting.
Yeah. So you'd load up the gun with the coins, and then you try to knock down these aces to win a prize. It's interesting also because it's like you're not paying to use like their ammo. Your payment is the ammo.
Right. It's like, shoot your money at us.
It's kind of cool.
I like that. I wish they could do that with like dollars. It's like a thing.
Well, they have those dollar bill like party guns where it shoots. It's like a make it rain device.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a Forerunner, but it's a lot physically harder.
I'm gonna make it rain, with coins. I'm gonna shoot coins at your head.
Could you imagine if you went into a strip club with a McGlashan?
Oh, I'm sure they would. You'd be the toast of the evening.
Yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't kill you.
No, that'd be horrible. I'm sure a lot of people, like a lot of like bodyguards, would be armed, but it would just be horrible to shoot a stripper with a coin gun.
You walk into a club and you pull that out. I'm about to make it rain. Like, dude, you would get fucking lunched.
I mean, and they have a picture of it, and aside from all the like wear on the model in the picture, I mean, it looks a lot like the gun described.
It looks like if you pulled it out quick out of your jacket, you'd be like, shit, that guy's got a gun.
Yeah, like if it didn't have all the like weird like old scratch marks from age, and if it didn't have the like chain attached at the bottom, you would just think it was a real gun.
It's got fake recoil too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Where'd you find that? How'd you find that?
I was trying to. I just was at one point searching for a gun that would shoot coins for my own personal use.
Of course.
And apparently they're very hard. These are hard to get.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, because it's such a niche item in a way.
Yeah, no one really makes them. Well, I mean, they don't make them anymore, and it was only sold to like carnivals and stuff.
Yeah, it's industry specific. There's no one manufacturing these.
Yeah,
you should make these shit.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's the easiest thing.
Yeah, probably not. This isn't my next article, but I did find this thing. There is actually there's not a Wikipedia article for this, but have you ever heard of this thing called the Scavenger 6? It's this rifle.
Scavenger 6? I don't believe so.
It's kind of, I thought your article went in a different way than I thought it was going to go. It makes sense though, the shooting money thing. I feel like, that's the thing. When you told me that, I don't think I've ever seen it, but I feel like I have. Like I feel like I've seen shit. And like,
well, they had other coin. I know there was a coin shooting device that was actually, it was produced near where I live, and it was for shooting quarters into toll booths.
What?
It didn't really look like a gun like this looks like a gun, but it was just a quarter shooter, and it would be the older type of toll booth that had like a big basket, and you would load it up with coins, and then you would just you could shoot a quarter into the basket instead of having to like throw the coin in the basket.
I mean, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like a gun, though. That's kind of
it didn't really look like a gun. I mean, it had like
a trigger or something.
Like if you pulled it out at a strip club, people would be like, "What what are you doing with that?"
You'd get tackled with it. Still,
no, you probably they would just be like, huh? "What do you got there?" It wouldn't be like gun,
It looks like a taser, maybe, or just like
no. It just looks like a weird
Pez dispenser.
It doesn't look like a Pez dispenser. But it looks like a weird just device that has like moving parts.
I see.
It's got like I guess it looks like a gun, but it's called it. You know what it kind of looks like? I just looked at the picture. It kind of looks like like James Bond, like the Golden Gun.
Yeah, but didn't that kind of look like a Luger a little bit?
I mean, no, it was very boxy.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking. It is like that. If you pulled out the Golden Gun at a strip club, people would be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
It's one shot kill. That's what it is. Wait, hold on. Let me tell you about this thing. You might think this is interesting.
While you're telling me, I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to send you an image of this.
Okay.
Of this gun for your personal use.
So I came across this thing the other day. The Scavenger 6, it looks like a cross between a 44 Magnum and an M1 A1 carbine. And the crazy thing is that's not inaccurate. Scavenger 6 was designed to fire 21 different calibers of ammunition just by switching the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's this thing that's supposed to pock, like it's designed for that.
Well, it's like a survival item.
Yes, and it's designed to fire a large variety of any ammunition you might find.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very interesting. Like I play this certain game, and that's a big issue. And someone's like, "Boy, wouldn't you like to have one of these?"
Yeah, there are a fair amount of items. I don't know why I said items, but of guns that are sort of like different caliber, like different caliber inserts, and a lot of times it's essentially like a double or single barrel shotgun that you could put different inserts into the barrel. And you could have whatever you could fire, whatever cartridge you had available, and those are still being made. But
it is interesting to see a product though that's made for versatility, like desperation, like this. It's kind of weird.
No, I mean there's still ones. I'm saying there's still ones that are being made, like that. But not in a revolver format, I don't think. Right.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to take... It does look weird. You should look this thing up.
I am curious. Let's see here. What is the name of it?
Scavenger 6.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, this thing, it does look like the golden gun. The coin shooter. Now, it looks like if someone pulled that out, you'd think it was like a taser or something.
You'd think it was some weird device.
For causing harm.
This is a new gun. The Scavenger 6.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why I haven't heard of it. It's not really out yet, it doesn't look like. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it mentions one of the guns I was talking about. It mentions the Chiappa Excalibur, which is one of those. Yeah. Another interesting gun is the, I don't know if this is on Wikipedia, but it's the Medusa.
I don't know that.
It's a 38 revolver, but it's a multi-caliber revolver. So it can fire all different types of, it can fire all different cartridges that are 38 or 9 millimeter. So it could fire a 38 special. It could fire a 357 Magnum. It could fire a 9 millimeter Parabellum. It could fire a 380. It could fire all these different caliber, cartridges. You can fire, like dozens of cartridges out of a single, with the same cylinder.
It's an interesting design decision that, like, to have it. It's like, you think about, it's about speed and it's about effectiveness. It's kind of another thing. It's about versatility. Like, it's, you can put anything in it.
That's not uncommon. There's been, for over 100 years. I mean, the idea of a over under shotgun rifle combo has been fairly common.
Right.
A gun that'll shoot like a 22 and a 410 gauge shotgun shell. So. But I will say this Scavenger 6 gun, it looks very doofy. It looks really bad.
Well, it's not. This one's not about looks.
I would probably, and I think another downside is that all the chambers in the cylinder are just different sized chambers. So you wouldn't be shooting the same round each, with each shot. You'd have to fire a different round, it looks like.
You should leave a comment.
Maybe not, I don't know. All right, but do you have another article?
Yeah. Oh God, I can't. This is hard to pronounce. I forgot how to pronounce it. Have you heard of Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser?
I don't believe so.
You might have heard of this shit once I start getting into it.
Okay.
Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser are two sword and sorcery heroes appearing in stories written by American author Fritz Leiber. They are the protagonists of what is probably Leiber's best-known stories. One of his motives in writing them was to have a couple of fantasy heroes closer to true human nature than the likes of Howard's Conan the Barbarian or Burroughs' Tarzan. Fafhrd is a very tall, 7-foot, strong northern barbarian, skilled at both swordsmanship and singing. didn't know that. The Mouser is a small, not much more than 5 feet, mercurial thief, gifted and deadly at swordsmanship, often using a sword in one hand and a long dagger in the other. Technically, a main gauche in the other. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, a parrying dagger. So he's doing you know what I'm saying? Like he's got, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a saber in one hand and a parrying dagger in the other. And a former wizard's apprentice who retains some skill at magic. So Fafhrd, the barbarian, talks like a romantic, but his strong practicality usually wins through, while the cynical-sounding Mouser is prone to showing strains of sentiment at unexpected times. Both are rogues living in a decadent world where to be so is a requirement of survival. They spend a lot of time drinking, feasting, wenching, brawling, stealing, and gambling, and are seldom fussy about who hires them, but they are humane and most of all relish true adventure. So does this kind of ring a bell? Like I feel like I hadn't read these, but I kind of know these characters. You know what I mean? I
mean, not in any. It doesn't sound familiar in any specific sense, but I mean, either of them separately sounds like they could. It could be familiar, but nothing comes to mind.
Yeah,
nothing comes to mind specifically.
But they're like generic fantasy rogues, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The characters were loosely modeled upon Leiber himself and his friend Harry Otto Fischer. Fischer initially created them in a letter to Leiber in September 1934, naming at the same time their home city of Lankhmar. In 1936, Leiber finished the first Fafhrd and Grey Mouser novella, Adept's Gambit, and began to work on the second, The Tale of the Grain Ships. At the same time, Fischer was writing and beginning The Lords of Quelmar. Adept's Gambit would not see publication until 1947. I might skip all this kind of tedious publishing. But there's a lot of them. And it looks like it was from 36 to 68.
Mm-hmm.
And like novels,
yeah. Short
stories. The stories of the two were only loosely connected until the 60s, when Leiber organized them chronologically. So yeah, I mean, just more release stuff. He got them all prepped as a series in the 60s as paperbacks. So they're kind of like dime store, fantasy dime store, CD fantasy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it started in the 30s, but didn't get it really set in stone until the 60s. It's kind of interesting. It's that old though. That kind of struck me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Lovecraft era, practically.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it'd be more fitting in the 60s or 70s.
It feels much later than 30s.
Then the third. But when did you say it ended? It ended in the 60s, or they kept doing it till the 60s?
It says the first story appeared in 1939 and the last in 1988.
Oh, 88. Yeah. So they were that went on for a while.
Yeah. And, you know, they got some, the first series, Swords and Devilry, which includes the novellas The Snow Women and The Holy Grail, Ilmet and Lankmer. Just all this shit like this, you know, all these episodic. The second collection, Swords Against Death, includes Thieves' House, The Bleak Shore, The Seven Black Priests, Claws from the Night. It all sounds very funny to me. Like I was kind of looking into this kind of like pulp fantasy stuff. It's a funny. I only read a little bit of that stuff as a kid. I'm kind of more interested in it now. It's also very odd to me just how old this shit is. I always think of it being it's just 80s, like He-Man or something.
I don't know. Like, well, when did Conan start?
I was looking into him, Robert Howard.
Yeah, wasn't that like the 30s?
It's old too. No,
yeah, I mean,
there's quotes from Lovecraft about Howard. Like he read it. Yeah. I think it's kind of. Let me see if there's anything else. I mean, there's more details about them. You want to hear, like, they have kind of regular employers. That's kind of interesting.
Are there any funny ones?
No, I mean, it's kind of they're like fucking what was the name of that, like, from like the Lion King, like the sage that like was he like a baboon?
I forget. Yeah.
Rafiki.
Yes.
No, they're like Rafiki types, you know what I mean? There's Nigabel and Sheelaba are two wizards who serve as patrons for Fafhrd and the Mouser. The patron warlock of Fafhrd, Nigabula, is so named due to his 7 glowing eyes.
Why so named?
Huh?
Why? How is that so named?
What do you mean?
Nigbula, you said...
Oh, he has a full title, Nigbula of the 7 Eyes.
Okay.
He is so named due to his 7 glowing eyes, seen roving within or projecting from the hood of his cloak. So, I mean, it's like a very generic, like kind of scary figure. Along with the Grey Mouser's patron, the warlock Sheba, Nigbula often sends his hapless minions on ludicrous missions, such as recovering the Mask of Death or to steal the very stars from the highest moon or mountain. Nigbula's mysterious cavern has obscure space-time linkages which permit Fafhrd and the Mouser to be sent to other worlds. So it's kind of like, you know, it's a very like generic, like, I have a mission for you. You know what I mean? Walk through this cave and you will be in the land of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a... I don't know. You know those kinds of characters, though, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it doesn't sound like... It doesn't sound like anything particularly interesting.
No, it's not. It's well, it's funny to see that kind of a trope, though, you know? Like, that seems so modern to me, to have just this generic, I have a mission for you, brave men, like, you know?
Are you saying it seems more like fodder for a video game?
Yeah, or like Zordon. It's like Power Rangers shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like a dude in a tube.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of instances of, you know, old storytelling that's, you know, not very descriptive, has very, like, nondescript characters. Like any, like, fairy tale, it has a lot of, like the old man or the wife, right. You know?
Or the witch.
Yeah.
So,
it's like a lot of stock.
Yeah. No, they are like they're very stock, yeah.
Or there'll be a name, but it'll be like King, you know, like King Greybeard, and it'll be like, who was a good king, you know? Like
Yeah.
It won't be there's not really any substance, but they're just saying, you know, like, oh, he was good, you know?
He was generous.
Yeah. Of the realm of Asperteria, you know?
King Greybeard, three-eyed of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that though. Like, I find that part a little annoying. It just reminds me of kind of just generic tacky shit. But it's funny to see it though. And like they kind of like it looks like the Fisher tried to give them these cute little personalities. You know what I mean? Like
the two
patrons. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh. All right.
Well, I mean, the other characters too, but the patrons, like specifically the strong barbarian works for this kind of silly wizard, and then the Mauser, the neurotic thief, works for Sheba, who's this kind of dark witch who's very mysterious. You know what I mean? Like a Baba Naga type, like in the Misty Woods. It's funny little, it's cute touches, good flavor. You know what I mean? Like, so. Fafhrd commonly uses a sword, which he names Greywan, a two-handed sword that he's only able to use one-handed. He also carries a poignard named Heartseeker and a short axe, which has never been named. For combat at a distance, he carries a bow and arrow, which he wields effectively while on horseback or at sea, which he's able to use despite his final handicap. He loses a hand. The Mauser in one episode is called the best swordsman in the world, however, also fights with a pair of weapons, a slim curving sworder scaber called Scalpel and a dagger called Cat's Claw, the latter usually hidden in the Mauser's back, the original of which has a very subtle curve. God, they really go into the fucking detail about how they look. It's so weird.
About how the weapons look.
Yeah. It was a straight bladed weapon by the events of lean times in Langford. As the pair are often divested of their property, these are names that apply to any of their appropriate weapons and are not necessarily names of specific ones. So that's kind of interesting. It's like a performative name.
It's not totally related, but it kind of reminds me Principles of Cartooning or whatever, when Tom Hart or somebody would talk about Chester Gould in Dick Tracy, how all the guns looked really realistic and were really like all the gear was really realistically done, but the characters were just like that
is funny.
Very just like a wrinkly faced guy who is prune face,
with like a extremely accurate cult.
Yeah,
it's kind of frightening. So, I mean, that's kind of the whole deal with these characters. They kind of, a lot of people pay homages to them, you know what I mean? Like, their weapons pop up in video games, their characters pop up in comics. They're kind of just they're like a Conan stereotype, This duo.
Yeah. I have not heard of them before, though.
I hadn't either before I found this article. But it was kind of interesting because it's like I feel like I knew about it already. You know what I mean? It's like I felt the influence of this probably way before I ever even knew.
Yeah.
Well, especially like the brains and the brawn thing. You know what I mean? In a fantasy context, it's interesting to see that it's literally been done this way for like decades.
Oh, I don't think they're the. I mean, you could look back to like Greek myths and stuff, and it would be like Heracles versus, or not versus, but like Heracles or Hercules is the strong, brawny man, and then you've got like Theseus.
Yeah,
it's the more
Homer, or not Homer, but Ulysses or something.
Well, Odysseus would be the Greek, and then Ulysses would be the Roman.
Well, some heroes are strong, some heroes are cunning.
Yeah. Although I think Odysseus he's supposed to be like physically,
balanced.
yeah, like because he has that thing where only he can string his bow,
Yeah. But he's a cunning character though, like the
oh, definitely,
with the Cyclops and with the tying himself, covering his ears. Like there's all this kind of intellect, like raw intellect.
He didn't cover his ears. His men covered their ears.
No, but he told them to. He said,
yeah,
tie me up and do this.
But he left his, not to get into it, but he left his uncovered so that
he could hear it and he screamed to be let go. Yeah.
No, he would be able to experience the siren song.
Right. Well, and also tell them when they got by, I think.
I don't think that's the case.
I think so.
How would he tell them?
Because someone has to listen to know when they get past it.
Or maybe.
No, but yeah. I like it though. It was kind of like, what is it? It's like ensemble cast, like specialists, like brains in the brawn. You're two, like this guy picks the lock, this guy punches the guy in the face. It's kind of that stuff is very. I don't know why. Like it always works on me.
Yeah, sounds good. So how about a game where it's these two characters, and then they're fighting different critters, different fearsome critters.
Wait, what do you need, the brain or the brawn when you deal with a?
Depends on what critter you're facing.
That's right.
Well, that one's pretty good. What were their names again?
Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser.
The Grey Mouser.
I've definitely heard that name before.
I haven't heard that. I mean, it just sounds like I've heard of Grey Mouse, but I think that sort of sounds like it's like alluding to a cat.
Yeah, it is. It's the cat, like the black cat.
Yeah. I think the Grey Mouse might be I think that's a World War II spy, female spy. I think that's it. But
into that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a well. If that's the one I'm thinking of, it's a female spy, a British female spy from World War II, who's like, I think is like a small sort of feminist hero
for Britain.
She was a spy for the British, but is regarded as like an icon for women, a small icon for women.
I see.
All right. Well, do you want to move on to the games?
Yeah, I got a game.
All right. You want to go first, or should I go first?
You want to go?
I'll go, and then maybe we can end with a few. I'll go. You'll go. Then we can end with a few Aladdins. All right. So the game I have is list of CB slang. You know CB slang?
Yeah. I almost feel like I may have considered this game before. This sounds good.
All right. CB slang is the distinctive anti-language, argot, or cant, which developed among users of citizen band radio, especially truck drivers in the United States during the 70s and 80s, early 80s. Now it says, all right. I'm just gonna read from sort of categories they have on their list and see if you know what they mean. So under law enforcement officer, what is a bear? It's very general.
I don't know, actually.
Bear is just a police officer.
Okay, it is. Okay.
All right. So what is a baby bear?
Deputy.
No, a baby bear is a very young law enforcement officer.
Oh, okay.
What is a bear's den?
Police station.
That's right. What is a bear bite?
Arrested.
No, it's a traffic citation.
Ah.
All right. What is a bear in the air?
A cop out on the road.
No, a bear in the air is a police aircraft in flight. All right. What is Evel Knievel?
Like it's a daredevil thing, so I don't know. What is that?
This is pretty straightforward. Can you guess?
Stuntman. It's
no. Okay. No, this is all law enforcement related.
Oh, okay.
This section is. So what is Evel Knievel?
I don't know, like a cop that gets right up your ass? A motorcycle cop?
It's a motorcycle cop.
Okay.
What is Miss Piggy?
A woman police officer.
That's correct. Now, what is a mama bear?
Like sheriff?
No, this is a less derogatory term for a female law enforcement officer.
Miss Piggy.
A checkpoint Charlie.
Like one of the cops at not the ones out and about, like the ones at the speed trap.
It just is a police checkpoint place to look for drunk drivers.
I see.
A bear trap.
Is that a speed trap?
That's it's a police checkpoint, but it's concealed. It's hidden.
I see.
A bear with ears.
What is it? The radar, the thing that Fafhrd listening?
No, this is a police officer monitoring CB airwaves.
Ah.
What is a gay Charlie?
I don't know. It's a cop related thing.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like some kind of ball buster. Like, I got this gay Charlie. Like, I don't know, he's got shit on you or something. I don't know. It sounds bad, though.
No, it's just a motorcycle police officer.
Oh, okay. Gay Charlie, Evel Knievel.
What is a chicken coop?
Whorehouse?
No, this one isn't really law enforcement, but it's sort of the enforcement of the highway. It's a scale house or like a weigh house where they would weigh the trucks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now, what is wall-to-wall bears?
Like cops around, like in front and behind you, or I don't know, like checkpoints sealing off an area or something.
No, all it means is a large number of police cars, especially when on a chase.
Ah, what was that one?
Wall-to-wall bears. All right. All right. Now here's slang terms for trucks and other non-police vehicles. An aircraft carrier.
Something. It just means something big, like a huge semi.
It means a truck carrying a disassembled aircraft, helicopter, or small plane.
Okay.
What is a bulldog?
I don't know. It sounds like a construction.
No, it's a Mack truck, noted for their bulldog hood ornament.
Ah, I see.
What is a Buster Brown?
Like a small, shitty, like a jalopy.
No, it's a UPS truck.
Ah, I see.
What is a Jimmy?
I don't know.
That's a GMC truck. Or like, I guess GM.
Are these
GM, Jimmy?
Are these all, like, these are all trucks? These aren't like regular cars, right?
These are trucks, but these are non-police vehicles. So they're not all trucks.
They're not, but they sound like a lot of industry. It's not civilian.
Well, so far.
Okay.
What is a meat wagon?
With like livestock?
No, it's an ambulance. What is a Pete?
These are fucking hard. I do not know.
It's just a Peterbilt. That's the type of truck.
Okay.
All right. What is a portable parking lot or a rolling parking lot?
Or the ones with all the cars on them.
That one you got.
Yeah.
What is a pregnant roller skate?
I know that's some kind of truck with I don't know, like the fucking the gas.
No, it's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, okay.
And what is a dung beetle?
It's like a brown.
No, it's a VW Beetle being driven by a man.
God. It's funny they noticed that. They need a word for that.
What is a thermos bottle?
I don't know. Oh, these are cars still, right?
These are non-police vehicles.
Thermos bottle. No, I don't know.
That is a driver pulling a chemical trailer. What is a reefer?
Like a hippie van?
No, it's a refrigerated trailer or flatbed trailer hauling a refrigerated container.
I see.
Yeah. What is a skateboard?
Nothing on it?
I'll give it to you. It's a straight flatbed trailer.
Yeah.
What is a rolling refinery?
That's like gas or oil or something.
Yeah, it's a tanker typically carrying fuel. All right, now here are some destinations. Beantown.
I don't know.
This is the easiest of them all, I would say.
Oh, God.
Some other are easier, but this one's pretty...
Boston?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is Big D?
Detroit.
No, it's Dallas. Cowtown. You're not going to get this one.
Houston?
No, it's Okeechobee, Florida.
Okay, of course.
Disneytown.
Orlando?
No, it's Anaheim, California. What is Fort God?
Fort Dallas?
No, it's a large church outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Guitar Town.
Nashville.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hotlanta.
New York?
No.
Now, I've heard Hotlanta before.
Yeah. It's Atlanta, of course. What is Idiot Island?
Rhode Island?
No, it's California. What is Lost Wages?
Oh, yeah. Old V. Big V.
Yeah, Las Vegas. What is Mickey Mouse?
That might be Orlando.
You got it. What is Monkey Town?
I don't know. What is it?
Monkey Town is Montgomery, Alabama, which might be a racist term. I'm not sure.
Montgomery, Alabama?
Yeah.
No, it's a huge zoo.
Okay. Motor City. That one's easy.
Oh, yeah, Detroit, yeah.
Queen City.
Is that Long Island City?
No, it's Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
Pizza and Murder.
Chicago.
You got it. Rock City.
Is that Detroit again?
No, it's Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
Shaky City or Shaky Town?
I don't know.
That's Los Angeles. What is Stack of Bricks?
Cleveland?
No, that's just a house or a home.
Okay.
All right. Other popular terms. So it has some of the, I'll give you some of them. 01, the first stop on a load. 02, 03, 04 stops in order of their occurrence. So let's see here. What is 10-4 or sometimes simply 4?
I mean, isn't that when you just call out, like end of call?
No, 10-4 is acknowledged. It can also be used to denote or emphasize the agreement, as in, that's a big 10-4. What is 5 by 5?
Is that a greeting?
5 by 5 indicates that you can hear another CB broadcaster perfectly. An exceptionally clear/strong transmission is described as wall-to-wall and treetop tall.
Wall-to-wall. Did you say wall-to-wall bears?
No, I said treetop tall, wall-to-wall. What is 410?
I think something bad. I can't hear it.
That's it's a reversal of 10-4 when asking if someone agrees with something said or to ask if one's transmission was received. So the example I gave, that was a nasty wreck. 410?
You're already losing me.
So you're saying you're agreeing with someone, or you're asking if someone heard you.
I see. You're looking for confirmation.
Or you're just agreeing, depending on emphasis, I would imagine.
I see.
So it has a bunch like that. What are 3s and 8s?
It sounds like people. It sounds like other drivers or something.
It's love and kisses.
Of course. 3s and 8s, boys.
1051. Or the example I gave is, I'm 51 to you.
Better than you?
No, it means I'm heading your way.
Okay.
10-100.
Use it in a sentence.
I got a 10-100, boys. I don't know. It's kind of, I'll just tell you. It's a polite term for taking a bathroom break.
What did you say? I got to take a 10-100, boys.
I got a 10-100.
You got to take one.
I got a 10-100. 10-100 means that you have to take one.
10-100 coming in hot. There's shit everywhere. Okay, that's nice. See, you got to give me context. You can't just say, "Oh, what's the 1780?" Like, I have no fucking idea.
What is a 10 in the wind?
Use it in a sentence.
No. I'll just tell you, listening to the CB while driving. All right. What is break or breaker?
They always say that, like, before they say numbers. It's like introduction.
Break or breaker is telling other CB users that you'd like to start a transmission on a channel. And it may be followed by the channel number, indicating that anyone may acknowledge. Such as breaker 19 or breaker 19er, refers to channel 19, the most widely used among truck drivers.
Right.
Or you can say breaker and then a specific handle, which is requesting a particular individual respond. What is backdoor?
Don't know.
That is the rear of a vehicle.
Okay.
What is bear bait?
Drugs?
No, it's an erratic or speeding driver. It's attracting the attention of a bear.
I gotcha.
What is an angry kangaroo? I'll try to use it in a sentence. We got an angry. Look out! We got an angry kangaroo coming your way.
Drunk driver.
It's a truck with one or both of its headlights out.
Oh, jeez.
Mm. What is a choke and puke?
Use in a sentence.
Coming up on the choke and puke.
Car wreck?
No, it's a truck stop.
Ah, okay.
What is cotton picking?
You gotta give me context. Give me a sentence.
I don't know how I would do it. It's a polite way of showing disgust. That's all it says. What is double nickels?
Let me hear it.
Yep. Slowing down here, double nickels.
Oh, what is it? Bumper to bumper?
No, it's referring to the speed limit of 55.
Oh, okay.
What is eat 'em up?
Let me hear it.
Any eat 'em ups out there?
Who's gonna eat me up?
Any good eat 'em up on the way to Shaky Town?
Analingus? Prostitutes do analingus?
No, it's a restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah. A place I can get eaten up.
All right, what is flag in 5 mile wind?
Slow. Dead. It's like draped. I don't know what that is.
It's a 45 mile an hour zone.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's like rhyming slang.
Not really.
Flag and wind.
Flag in 5 mile wind. It doesn't rhyme with anything.
No, it's like a play. Playful.
Yeah, it's playful. It's not rhyme. What is go-go juice?
Alcohol?
No, this is easy.
Oh, just coffee?
No, it's gasoline.
Oh, okay.
Turtle race.
Slow moving. Traffic.
Yeah, it's a zone slower than 45. Starsky and Hutch.
Just cops?
No, this is team drivers.
Oh, I see.
So I guess drivers working in a team. What is fingerprint? I'll give you in a sentence. Gonna be late getting back on the road. Got stuck doing a fingerprint.
I don't know, just like a cop like interrogating you or something.
No, a fingerprint. It refers to your load, and it means that you will have to load or unload the cargo yourself.
I see.
So I guess you're physically putting your fingerprints on the cargo.
I see.
Is what they're getting at. Let's see what here. 100-mile coffee.
Speed?
No, it's a very strong coffee. What is jabbering idiot, or babble/babbling idiot?
Someone on the CV?
Specifically, though.
Or someone else who's, like, annoying?
It's someone using a foreign language on the CB.
Oh, God.
All right, I think you know this one. Lot lizard.
Yeah, prostitute.
Yeah. In the truck rest area. What is a Kojak with a Kodak?
Something about a camera, then. Like a cop taking photos. Reporter.
This is the cop with the radar gun.
I see.
What is a credit card machine?
I don't know.
I'll give you a phrase. You know the limit on that credit card machine?
Speed limit?
No, it's a narrow 2-lane bridge. I'm not sure why. A fighter pilot.
I don't know.
It's someone changing lanes often. So I guess they're like weaving in and out like a fighter pilot. A turkey hearse.
Is it just a car type?
No, you're not. It's a truck with a load of turkeys headed for slaughter.
I see.
All right. A rubbernecker. This one is fairly common.
Just like a non-truck driver, like a civilian.
No, it's a rubbernecker is just looking at something on the side of the road causing a backup.
I see.
I mean, they say that on the news all the time.
Oh, yeah, rubberneckers, yeah.
Rubbernecking. Four-wheeler, of course, is any vehicle with four wheels. What is a seat cover?
I don't know. Apart from the obvious.
It's an attractive woman in a vehicle, especially when scantily clad. What is a semi-pro?
I don't know. Or it seems like a prostitution term.
No, it's a pickup driver hanging out with truckers on highways and elsewhere.
Semi-pro.
This is sort of like a derogatory term. On your donkey.
It sounds like a Don Quixote reference.
It is not.
What? He's in a sentence?
I'll give the sentence they provide. You got a meat wagon on your donkey.
Oh, on your back? Or your corner?
It's a warning. It's warning of a tailgater.
I see.
So someone's on your donkey, they're on your ass.
Right.
What is outdoor TV?
It's driving?
Yes. What is sandbagging?
I feel like I've heard that before. I don't know.
It's not participating in conversation, but listening only, despite having the capability of speaking. So it means that you have the ability to respond, but you don't. You're just listening. It's sometimes referred to as reading the mail. Now, and I guess it's done for entertainment or for information gathering purposes. So I got one more. What is a suicide jockey?
The guy who doesn't sleep.
No, that's not a bad guess. So it's a driver who is hauling dangerous goods such as explosives.
I gotcha.
All right, so that's all I have of CB slang. I had been listening to that C.W. McCall song Convoy, and they've got a lot of good slang in it.
I see, so you're looking it all up.
Well, I heard it, and then I'm like, that maybe I'll do a thing about that. And there was some good stuff in that article, but I figured this would be good for the game, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. They got a lot of good ones, like God, what's some other ones like Pigpen, this here's the rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down, 'cause we got a great big convoy rocking through the night.
It is like fucking like Chinese or something, because you could literally talk in just the slang. Like,
it's pretty fun though. I don't think it. Yeah, I mean it's like it's an argot.
Yeah.
Argot.
No, but it's interesting that it's like you really could like. There's like connecting phrases.
They do have the line, and then bears was wall to wall.
Wall to wall bears.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Poor baby bunny, wall to wall bears. Like, you know, you see, it's it just sounds like gibberish. They sound like gibbering idiots.
Well, that's why it's so that it's not immediately apparent to the uninitiated,
to the bears with ears. Yes.
Well, to just the layman. I don't know about specifically bears with ears, but Yeah, flying donut is a police helicopter.
It's funny just how like it's just so by the books, like cop stuff. It's really funny.
All right. Well, what's your game?
I have a list of data breaches using data compiled from various sources, including press reports, government news releases, and mainstream news articles. This list includes those involving the theft and compromise of over 30,000 or more records, although smaller breaches occur occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Breaches of large organizations where a number of records is still unknown are also listed. The various methods used in the breaches are also listed, and most of these occur in North America. So I'm going to read you the name of the company, the year it happened, how many records they got, and, the organization if I need to. And you're going to guess if it was hacked, lost and stolen, accidentally published, an inside job, or poor security. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can, we'll do like a tester. It's like Adobe. Adobe in 2014 had...
What?
Huh?
What? Repeat again. Just what are my options to...
I'll repeat them when we get there. Or maybe I'll make it smaller than 5. Maybe I'll make it between like just 2 or 3 or something. So Adobe Systems in 2014 lost, God, was this like a 15 million records or something, like 1,500,000 records.
Mm-hmm.
And were they hacked, poor security, inside job?
Poor security.
They were hacked.
Okay.
So someone came in to get them.
All right.
The Affinity Health Plan, incorporated in 2009, lost 300,000 records. Was it hacked, lost, or accidentally published? It's a healthcare company.
I gathered that. Was it accidentally published?
It was lost and stolen. So,
accidentally published is an interesting option.
So AOL in 2006, there were 100,000 records, and what was it? Inside job, hacked, or accidentally published?
Inside job?
It's accidentally published. So AOL accidentally published all this information in 2006.
Yeah, that's a funny scenario. What did they publish though? Was there anything of interest?
It's just like people's information. Like
okay.
The records,
Yeah.
Like something that shouldn't have gotten out. Like it's probably something like names, addresses, or social security numbers.
Credit card numbers.
Yeah. Something valuable that's not supposed to be. So the Australian Immigration Department in 2015 let out records of G20 world leaders. Was it hacked, stolen, or accidentally published?
I mean, was it accidentally published?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
They accidentally published the G20 world leaders like information.
They published their credit card numbers.
It's so funny. Barnes and Nobles in 2015, 250,000 records. Was it hacked, stolen, or poor security? 63 stores. No, yeah, it wasn't records. It was 63 stores.
Was it poor security? I feel like I remember that.
It was hacked, so it was a hacker, yeah.
Well, it seems like hacking and poor security are not too distinct of a thing.
And what it's like poor security, it's like a bot steals it all. Like it gets I mean,
right.
Hacked is in like an infiltration by an outside force. Poor security is like a backdoor, inside job is you stole it.
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard Entertainment in 2012 had 1,400,000 records. Who got the Diablo stuff? Was it hacked, inside job, or accidentally published?
Was it inside job?
Hacked.
Mm.
Let's see.
What'd they take? They took credit card numbers?
I don't know. It's 2012. I'd imagine so.
I mean, it would probably be for World of Warcraft, right? Is that still big then?
It said Blizzard BattleNet security breached passwords access. someone could get into my character.
Mm.
Yeah, it was World of Warcraft. Stole their usernames and encrypted passwords. Encouraged users to reset logins.
Yeah. Well.
The Colorado government in 2010 lost 100,000 records. It's like healthcare information. Was it hacked, lost, or inside job? It's the Colorado government.
Inside job? I don't know.
It was lost.
Okay, yeah.
The lost stolen one's weird. It's like they throw out... There's a computer was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
A physical thing, so...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. In 2015, CVS, millions. It just says millions of records. Was it hacked, inside job, or lost/stolen?
Is that one an inside job?
Hacked. A lot of these are hackings, yeah.
Huh.
Domino's Pizza in France lost 600,000 records. Hacked, accidentally published, or stolen.
Accidentally published?
Hacked. Someone hacked Domino's.
What are they gonna... I guess they have the credit card on file for when they do the order, like, online stuff or over the phone.
Yep. Let me get some variety in here. Let's see. On the Internal Revenue Service. Hold on, let me find a good one. The Korean Credit Bureau lost like 2 million records. The financial company in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Was it hacked, poor security, or inside job?
Poor security?
Is it inside job?
Okay.
LinkedIn, eHarmony, and Last.fm lost 800,000 records. Hacked, inside job, or accidentally published?
Hacked.
Accidentally published.
All right.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Military Singles in 2012.
Is that a dating site?
Yep. Web/military site.
Web/military?
Yeah. What was it? What do you guess?
Hacked?
Accidentally published.
All right. Where are they publishing this stuff?
I guess just like it's just like out there, like
I could see like why like I don't know, like I could see like a big like financial company publishing records and then accidentally publishing things. But, like what are they like? What like where does that go? Like because like a financial, like a business, it could get published to like something dealing with it. But what industry is dealing with sort of the behind the scenes look at military singles?
Here's what it says. A group of hackers claiming to be the reborn Lulz Security, Lulzsec, took credit for an alleged compromise of MilitarySingles.com, a dating website for military personnel, and a leak of over 16,000 accounts. So it looks like these hackers posted up links to raw archives on a public sharing website that contain the names, usernames, email addresses, IP addresses, and passwords of all the military singles users. Mm. So it sounds like a hacking. Like, I don't know. could be misread.
Yeah, that does not sound like accidental.
Yeah. Let's see. Nintendo in 2013. 200,000 records.
Oh dear.
They were hacked. Starbucks 2008 lost 97,000 records. How?
Starbucks? Yeah. Did they accidentally publish?
Nope.
Were they hacked?
Stolen computer.
All right. So that's poor security? Is that what that would be?
Stolen, lost/stolen.
Okay. So sort of like hacking, but...
Yeah, but it's not infiltration, just someone stealing it or obtaining leftover equipment. It's surprising how many of them there are. Wendy's in 2015, an unknown amount of files. They're almost all hackings. It's kind of crazy.
I think these hackers should leave these fine businesses alone.
I'm trying to find like funnier businesses. Like Sega.
I mean, none of it's funny because they're just regular businesses. It's not like it's some wacky thing happened to the business.
It's kind of funny just to see, because like some of them are intentionally targets, but other ones just seem like pure negligence. Like the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice lost 100,000 records in 2013 because a computer was stolen.
That's not good.
The Greek government in 2012.
What did they do? They lost information?
Yeah, nine.
Well, it seems like these government non-profit, or specifically government, it seems like they lose things and then the businesses get hacked or stolen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this Greek one. Hacker arrested for allegedly stealing ID info for most of Greece.
It's funny.
That's ridiculous. Steam 2011.
Oh yeah? That must have been hacked.
Yep. State of Texas 2011.
No, is that one hacked?
Accidentally published.
All right.
The accidentally published ones are kind of the funniest. It's like, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's the funniest of all of them because there's like an actual like humorous thing that happened.
U.S. Army in 2011, 50,000.
Was that accidental publish?
Yep.
All right. So I crashed the gate doing 98, said let them truckers roll, 10-4.
Yale University, 2010.
Is that lost?
Accidentally published.
All right.
Zappos, the shoe store, 2012.
Was that one lost?
Hacked. Someone went after that. Facebook, 2013.
Hacked?
Accidentally published.
All right. How many more are there of these?
Oh, there's just millions of them.
All right. Do we have to keep doing this?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find one more. Find one funny one.
They're not particularly amusing.
Let me see. Well, everyone knows about the Ashley Madison one.
They lost the computer, right?
Bethesda.
Didn't you already do Bethesda?
Did I?
Yeah.
think so.
In 2012? Oh, no, that was Blizzard.
Yeah.
I don't know. What happened to Bethesda?
2011, 200,000 hacked.
Okay. You're just telling me about crimes that happened, but you're not even giving detail, really.
I mean, I can go into detail about any of these. They have articles.
But is it interesting?
Some of it.
All right, well.
The ones that are like Greece, you know, like the huge, like Colorado government, like this.
That's interesting. Or it's humorous when they accidentally publish a bunch of their own information, but it's not. There's nothing interesting about like just some hacker
data breach,
stealing credit card numbers from Wendy's or something.
I should have just done the game where it's either accidentally published or not. Like that's more the interesting thing. All right, how about the Norwegian Tax Administration in 2008?
Did they accidentally publish?
Yes.
All right, so it seems pretty like standard. Like if it's government, it's accidental publishing. If it's a business, it's more. It's harder to gauge unless it's like a tech one, and then it seems like it's more likely it will be
hacking or
yeah.
Well, it's kind of, like Massachusetts government in 2011 lost 210,000 records. And that's a government thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, what do you think that was?
Well, the way you're phrasing it makes it seem like it's not a accidental publish. So I guess I'll say hack.
Poor security. So it's like negligence.
All right.
So it's kind of interesting.
It's still sort of like hack because it's more like a malicious thing happened.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It is like, why make a difference between poor security and hacking? But I guess there is a difference. Like,
there's like method wise, there's a difference, but like the rationale behind it is the same. It's like someone wanted to steal to get information illegally, or that that wasn't theirs to access.
Well,
I guess
it seems more similar. I don't know why you make a difference between poor security and accidentally published, because it's kind of the same thing. It's just
no good, but there's a bigger difference there because one is like someone's taking something that doesn't belong to them,
right,
and then using it, and the other one is like someone forgot what they should do and they shouldn't. There's a bigger distinction there.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to cut you off with that one. That was not one of my favorites.
Whatever. No, it just would have been kept going. The Puerto Rican Department of Health in 2010.
I don't know.
Hacked.
Okay.
It's a funny list, though. I know it's not the best game, but it's an interesting list. All right. Well, is there anything else?
Well, I was going to do Aladdin.
Oh, you want to do some Aladdin episodes?
I was going to. How much time did we put on that?
We're at like 46 minutes now. We already did articles before.
Well, I guess we'll just have to end it now and do Aladdin next week.
Yeah, you could send me files. You could read them.
No, that's all right. All right, well.
You want to do an ad or anything?
Check out Omega Land, the post-apocalyptic tarot deck available on Amazon.
All right.
All right.
You want
anything?
Huh?
What?
You want to do a sign out?
I guess. Are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to insert something?
Yeah, I'm going to insert something.
Yeah. All right. Well. I guess we'll see you next time.
Good night.
On Wikifiends.
Thank you for listening to Wikifiends.
Did you like the take I did on Wiki?
Wikifiends.
I said Wikifiends like how like an old person, like an old newscaster might say it, like a Larry King would say it.
Well, this is Joe from Wikifiends.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Yeah. I did not care for that game.
Oh, whatever. I thought your shit went on too long.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was it was an old style episode. Hey, you sound sick as hell.
All right, man. Well,